Well, that was not the performance that Major League Soccer and Inter Miami needed in the knockout round of the FIFA Club World Cup. Inter Miami got absolutely obliterated 4-0 to the champions of Europe, PSG. Now, this game didn't feel like before the match, it did not feel like it would be this bad. Like maybe Inter Miami had a chance. Maybe they had a chance, not necessarily to win, but not get embarrassed. PSG had lost to Botafogo 1-0. They had beaten the Seattle Sounders 2-0. Teams that are very comparable to Inter Miami, if Inter Miami is not better than both of those teams. But today, PSG absolutely put on a clinic, exposed Inter Miami, exposed MLS. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 8,000 subscribers by the end of the Club World Cup. And with your help, I know we can reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Now, back to the video. It embarrassed us more than probably we've seen an MLS team get embarrassed in a very, very long time, especially on the global stage. Now, to start off with the first half, I thought Inter Miami played very, very timid. They looked shook. They didn't look confident in themselves. They looked intimidated by PSG from the rip in this game. There was a point in the first half where PSG was winning possession 86-14. 86-14. That's unheard of. In Inter Miami, the worst player probably for Major League Soccer in the entire tournament, Noah Allen, which is hard to believe because Noah Allen has been one of the best players in Inter Miami in 2025. He absolutely crumbled on the big stage in this tournament. Absolutely crumbled. Absolutely crumbled. And they made João Neves for PSG look like an absolute world star. His first goal, Noah Allen was just caught ball watching. He wasn't even marking his man. He wasn't paying attention at all. João Neves has a header, puts PSG up 1-0. And you think to yourself, uh-oh, a goal already 6 minutes in? This is bad. Inter Miami isn't a team that's very good at playing from behind. They're not. I mean, they have won some games from behind, but they're not. That's not their motto. That's not their forte. That's not how they win matches. They're down 1-0 after Neves scores a header. And you're starting to think, uh-oh, this is not good. This is not a good start. This is the worst possible start Inter Miami could have. And then when Miami is trying to build out from the back, you're like, oh my God. When PSG press them, they crumble. They make errors. They make bad passes. They turn the ball over. They can't get past the midfield. I don't think they got past the midfield. But one time in the first 25 to 30 minutes of this game. And then Neves scores another goal, a brace. I think it's the first of his career. I mean, he's a midfielder. I think it's the first time the Portuguese international scored a brace in his career, and he scored it in the first half. No one, associates him with being a goal scorer, and he's got a brace in the first half. He's got his first brace in the first half of the round of 16 against Inter Miami. Absolutely embarrasses him. And Noah Allen gets hurt, subbed out in the 19th minute before that goal. And they bring in Toto Alvarez, the center back, the Argentine center back. And he is known to be a reckless player who gets a lot of yellow cards. And I'll be damned if he didn't get a yellow card in like the first 10 seconds he comes in the game. So the back line had to play, especially since he's an aggressive player, had to play more reserved, more conservative, because if he played too aggressive, then they'd be down 10 men, and God knows how bad this game could have been if that had happened. But Inter Miami in the first half conceded an own goal, Alvarez own goal in the 44th minute, and then Hakimi, before the half ended, scored another goal to make it 4-0 at halftime. And I was just thinking, like, watch this Miami team play. And I'm just like, my God, they are so old. They have no speed. They aren't dynamic at all. Nobody can create chances outside of Messi, and they were just clamping down on him. PSG were like, as soon as Messi got the ball, 3, 4 dudes collapsed on him, swallowed him whole, had no chance. Had no chance. So Inter Miami have nobody who can create. They don't have any speed in the starting 11. Nobody who can finish outside of Messi. The back line was bad. Ustari, who's been their best player the entire tournament, I mean, he did as much as he could, but my God, when you're playing against PSG, you know, and Doué didn't even have a great game. He was okay, but he wasn't even, I mean, he was nothing spectacular in this game. Vitinha was really good for PSG as well. But they just never had a chance. Ever had a chance. In the second half, Inter Miami played a little better, but let's be honest, PSG were up 4-0. What were they playing for in the second half? They had this game wrapped up. What were they honestly playing for in the second half? And honestly, I want to say this too. Javier Mascherano, what the hell are you doing, man? Your team's down 4-0 and you didn't make a single substitution at the half. You didn't bring in Kremaski. You didn't bring in Baltasar Rodriguez. You didn't bring in Fafa Pico. You didn't bring in Abando. It made no substitutions at all in the first half, in the second half. None in the first, coming into the second half. Like, your team's getting beat down. You're not making any subs. All these old guys suck. Most of them suck except for Messi. And you're not going to make any subs when you're down 4-0? Like, what are you doing, man? Like, this is why Javier Mascherano is considered an incompetent coach, because of this. Because of these decisions. And I mentioned earlier about Noah Allen being the worst player in MLS in this tournament, but there's a runner-up. And it's Sergio Butgettz. Sergio Butgettz is 37 years old, and he is absolutely washed. He's making $9 million a year. He turns the ball over like crazy. He falls down. He makes errant passes. He can't collapse on defenders at all. He's the reason they lost the game against Palmeiras, because on the rebound, he was so slow to get to the attacker that they were able to score easily. He's bad. And he's making $9 million a year. He's a DP, which, if you don't watch MLS, is a very important roster spot where you're allowed to spend whatever salary you want on that player. He needs to retire today. He's washed. He's done. He's finito. He's finished. He's done. He gives his team nothing. And Jordi Alba looks super slow. And Jordi Alba is a really good attacker from the back, right? He's one of the best attacking fullbacks maybe in soccer history. And he just looks so slow today. He looks so slow. And the only reason that Inter Miami even created chances, they didn't have a single shot in the first half. The only reason they had any shots is because PSG conceded. They just shut it down in the second half. They weren't even trying. If Inter Miami had faced a full-fledged PSG trying to put their foot on the gas the entire game, especially with as tired as Inter Miami was in the second half, PSG could have probably won this game 8-9-0. Honest to God, they probably could have. They probably could have won this game 8-9, 8 or 9-0. And this just showed me how far Inter Miami MLS has to go before we're a serious team. And look, some of you might say, Will, listen, did you really think Inter Miami was going to win this game? No, I didn't think they would. I mean, I thought maybe they could. There's always miracles that happen. I think they would. But there's a difference between losing a game when you're playing your best and losing a game when you're playing your worst. Inter Miami played their worst game I've seen all season long and got absolutely smoked. It was embarrassing. Messi looked like he was frustrated, obviously, and, justifiably, with the people around him not doing anything. No help, getting collapsed on, nothing around him that can help create chances. It just made me think about why MLS didn't try to spend more money, which we'll do a video on. We'll expand on that later on, but why they didn't give a team like Miami more resources to spend to try to help build the roster, get some more young players in here, get some better depth in here to compete in this Club World Cup. This is the same team they've had all season long. and they got exposed. I asked the chat in my live stream watch along if PSG had put their backup 11 in, would they still have beaten Inter Miami? Do you guys think they would? If PSG had put their backup 11 in this game to play Inter Miami, would they have won still? And what would the score have been? But I think they would have. They still would have won. I don't know if it would have been 4-0, but it probably would have been 1-2-0. And that's an issue. With depth, with quality, with the fall off. And you know what? Honestly, Inter Miami did impress by making out their group stage with Palmeiras, with Porto, with Al Ali. But this game has done damage to that success because it just showed that you really weren't as good as maybe people thought you were when you're getting beat down like this. I mean, the Seattle Sounders, like I mentioned earlier in the video, literally only lost this team 2-0, and they don't nearly have the attacking talent or spend as much as you do. And they only lost this team 2-0. Dembele didn't even play until like they put him in like the 80th minute, I think. So, and Dembele is obviously a runner-up or a finalist for the Ballon d'Or. Like he might win it. He could win it. He didn't even play. This just showed how much is wrong with MLS, how far we have to go. Now, the league is competitive from top to bottom. I've said that, but this shows how far we have to go. And the world saw today that MLS, Messi's team, got completely embarrassed by the European champs. And I know some of you are going to say, but Will, they lost the European champs. What did you expect? And like I will keep saying, it's okay to lose if you try and you played well. It's not okay to lose if you play horribly. Inter Miami played the worst game of their season today. They did. They played the worst game of their season. Now, PSG might end up winning it all. I still think it's going to be Man City or potentially a Brazilian team because I think they're really hot right now. We will see. But this is the worst performance by Inter Miami in the 2025 season. A lot of people should be put on blast. A lot of fraud watch. Jordi Alba, Sergio Butgettz, Luis Suarez, a.k.a. La Tortuga. Too many old heads who just don't do anything at this point. And the center backs, Maxi Falcon and Toto Alvarez, bad across the board. Look like they were amateurs playing against this team. Amateurs. So this is a black on MLS. Embarrassing loss. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already and you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification so you never miss a video. It's been a pleasure doing MLS in the Club World Cup. It sadly comes to an end today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Until next time, I will see you all soon.